Welcome to Cinemagna. In today's video, we will showcase the red carpet world premiere launch video of the 2022 American TV miniseries titled Miss Marvel. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel to be notified when new videos are released. Miss Marvel is an upcoming American television miniseries based on the Marvel Comics character Kamala / Miss Marvel, written by Bisha K. Ali for the Disney Plus streaming service. It is set to be the 6th television series in Marvel Studios' Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, and will follow in the footsteps of the franchises. Film Miss Adil El Arbi and Bilall Fallah lead the directorial team, with Ali serving as the chief writer. Iman Vellani is the lead of the show and plays the role of Kamala / Miss Marvel. Other cast members include Lintz, Yasmeen Fletcher, Zenobia Shroff, Mohan Kapur, Sagar Sheikh, Rish Shah, Laurel Marston, Adaku Ononogbo, Laith Nakli, Travana Springer, and Aramis Knight. The series was announced with Ali's involvement in August 2019. In September 2020, Vellani was cast, with El Arbi and Fallah, Mira Menon, and Charmaine Obaid Chinoy selected as the series directors. Filming began in early November 2020 in Atlanta, Georgia, and New Jersey, and ended in May 2021 in Thailand. Miss Marvel is scheduled to premiere on June 8, 2022, and will consist of 6 episodes, concluding on July 13. The series will act as a prequel to the 2023 film The Marvels, in which Vellani will reprise her role as Khan alongside other series cast members. Without much further ado, please enjoy the Miss Marvel premiere launch video.
I literally found out in front of my best friends who didn't know I had auditioned in the first place, and so I was like literally trying not to have a reaction, and then Kevin Feige's face was like a jump scare on my phone. So totally freaked out, And then I was like, I went back in the car, and my friends were like, so what happened? Did you like win the lottery? And I was like, basically. And I told them everything, and then we got burritos. I think our show really does have a universal charm in the way it balances fan culture and religion and coming of age and action. You know, we really have a wide audience, and I hope fans are kind of able to relate to Kamala's story and are motivated to continue making fan art and cosplays and breaking trailers frame by frame, because that is Marvel, and Marvel's totally built on their fandom. And, you know, just being a part of that is so incredible. I get to be a nerd who represents other nerds.
We've waited for this moment. I've talked to my castmates for a long time about this night and having all the fans here and perfect weather. I mean, everyone looks beautiful or handsome. You know, it's amazing. It's Iman Vellani. I mean, everyone's seen her. We've seen the trailers, but now we get to see her in action. I'm so proud of my castmates and directors and execs and just everyone a part of it. I mean, it's great to see their work, and I'm so proud.
I think with Nakia specifically, she has a lot to tell about her identity and her being empowered within it. So I'm so excited for young girls and people everywhere, just in general, to watch the show and connect with her and feel comfortable with who they are, because she's comfortable with who she is and has found that within herself. I remember walking on set and just being in absolute awe that, like, I walked into the con house and I was like, this reminds me so much of my grandparents' house, and just the little details that I don't even think people or the camera would be able to notice. But there's just so much love and care in every aspect of the culture, and I hope we do it as much justice as we want to. I'm just excited for them to see a coming-of-age story about a girl who's just relatable and fun, and her group of friends that, like, are so diverse in personalities, so that everybody will have somebody to be like, yeah, that one. I relate to that one.
I think that it's been written in such a way that it's just universal. It's not going to be a cultural reference that you don't get. You're going to see a Bollywood dance, for instance, but you know what a Bollywood dance is. So we haven't tried to marginalize it and make it just Muslim. It's for everybody. It's for the whole world. I'm the first South Asian mama in the Marvel universe, and it's bigger than all of us.
I think representation matters, and it's about time we have a Muslim superhero.
When we were like editing Bad Boys for Life, we were thinking, what is the next level? And then we thought, yeah, it has to be Marvel. It's the biggest in the biz. So we were thinking, yeah, then we have to make like a Muslim superhero, not knowing there was a comic book. And then we discovered Miss Marvel, and we just fell in love with Kamala Khan, her friends, her family, her world. And now we are creating this origin story about this superhero in the Marvel universe. It's just a blessing. So super thankful and grateful.
Well, Kamala Khan is the first Muslim superhero on the screen in the MCU, and I think that what we wanted to do is to have that representation, to have people that are Muslim or Muslim women, my wife, his sister, our nieces, all these Muslim women in our lives, to have somebody that they can look up to, that they feel a connection to. But at the same time, we needed also somebody that we can tell a universal story, that it doesn't matter who you are, what your gender, origin, race is, you can relate to that character, you can feel and be endeared and charmed by her and her journey, and that's the most important thing, to try to tell a universal story that everybody can be connected to.
Having that animation in the show, just to show her imagination, her dreaming world, is a very cool thing, and totally different than what we ever saw in the Marvel shows.
We're gonna have the Pakistani culture. We also, we as Moroccans, we put a lot of our background in it, our families and the customs that we do and all that. So I think that you're gonna have really a lot of authenticity, and at the same time, you're gonna have something that is just connecting everybody to that story, to that coming of age story.
Marvel knows how to do it, right? And this is just the energy here. Look at all these people. It's fun. I was in the middle of work, and I got the call from an agent, and she's like, "You're in," and I just lost it. I had to take the day off and everything, and it was fun. It was too much to be a part of this family. It's awesome. The idea for diversity, for authenticity in storytelling, the fact that people in front of the camera and behind the camera are telling these stories, it's been an incredible ride, especially for me as an Arab, coming from Baghdad, Iraq, and like knowing that this is going to be one of those stories that really, I can tell my kids about, I can tell everything about. And it's awesome to get to have my mom over here with me. So Iman has been a blessing for this thing, and she's been able to just play that character so well, and she is that. So there's really nothing she can do differently than that.
Little girls have Iman. Now little girls have Ms. Marvel. Now little girls and little boys and people all over the world have this kind of representation that's happening person by person through the Marvel Universe. People are more than just one particular specific defining characteristic. They're the sum of all these unique things that make them themselves. It doesn't just feel like an honor to work with them. It feels like your passion and your purpose coming together, and that's a really, really special thing.
For me, this is like a celebration of my heritage, a celebration of my grandmother. It's a very special night, and I'm here with all of my friends. You know, us as a cast, we've been. Our cast, 90% is Muslim, Pakistani. We have some Indian people as well. And that hasn't really been done before. So it's a project that feels very much like a passion project. But when you think about a passion project, you think of something that people are doing just for the passion. But for us, it's so much bigger than that, because it's also a huge stepping stone in our careers. And to be able to do both of those things at the same time, it's very rare.
Everybody on this carpet has been working for so long, so hard on this show. And we take it for granted. We've been living with them for years now, and working on the show for years. We know that Kamala will next appear in the Marvels. That's been shot. So we've fallen in love with all of them, and now I can't wait for audiences to do that and finally get to see them on Disney+. The real thing about Kamala Khan is, like Peter Parker, she's all of us. Unlike Peter Parker, she is from a very particular culture, from Jersey City, he's Queens, we got it, Jersey City. It is recognizing a very different type of culture in a very real and relatable way.
Her family is so endearing. They're absolutely wonderful. We've been kidding and saying we want to be adopted by them, and very excited for the audiences to see the Khan family.
I can't wait for audience to see it and to see a new hero who grew up, like many of us in the audience, with these films and with these characters.
When you're someone like me, you're of Middle Eastern background, you don't expect to make it to the Marvel Universe at this level, And then to see a show that is about people like me and my nieces, my nephews, my cousins and all that stuff, is incredible. I expect people to have a lot of fun and enjoy it and see something fresh, and it's so different than all the other Marvel shows. It just has its own tone, yet it's still part of the universe.
I remember getting that phone call and just thinking, shut up. I was like, this is a sick joke, right? And they were like, no, it's real. And I was like, oh my God. And then the next day I had a phone call with Sana and Jenna, and I was like, God, this is happening. And then I showed up on set and I was like, oh my God, this is every single step of the way has just become it's happening kind of thing. And this is a really great example of that. I just think that it's really lovely to have such a brilliant showcase of a beautiful culture and beautiful people who have a lot of love to give. And I think that everyone's going to fall in love with them back.
I think everyone's really excited and proud to finally have the show out. And so many people put so much work into it, so I think there's a great sense of catharsis that everyone's feeling. From the time I'd read the comics, I knew eventually they would do something with it, so I really wanted to be a part of it from very early on, and when they told me I could be a part of it, I was thrilled. It's so rare to get an opportunity to see some kind of sliver of yourself on screen, and I think there are so many, specifically young brown girls, that are going to watch this show and feel really inspired to summon their own bravery the way Kamala does. No matter who you are, no matter how small you think your life is, there are big things you can do in this world, and Kamala represents that. I really think Iman Vellani's a star. She's so charismatic and funny and sweet in the show, and I'm excited for people to see her and see her embody this character. I'm excited for people to see a fully fleshed out, Muslim, South Asian family on screen in a way that they can relate to. I think that's really important for everyone, but specifically for Americans, to see how diverse the fabric of this country really is.
It's just so amazing that this show is done at the time when we needed this diversity. We needed this kind of representation, because for the longest time we have been shown as the baddies in films, and I think this is really gonna portray us in the positive light. The portrayal is very, very authentic. Sana and Jenna as producers and Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy as director have put so much attention to detail in bringing the authenticity into the project, and the portrayal is just so perfect. I mean, you'll get to see how we live our lives, how we are just normal as anybody else in the world, and that the fact that we all can relate to it, we can all resonate with it. I think it's just so amazing. I look forward to all these girls getting all this inspiration. All these teenagers would feel this message that you need to believe in yourself and believe in your dreams, no matter what the world tells you, no matter what goes around. There is a superhero in all of us, and we just need to realize that.
I was just telling Kevin Feige, I said that I do not even have the audacity to dream of something like this, and I'm here. So this is a blessed moment. If everything stops for me now, I'm okay. Well, what you're going to see really is a South Asian community of Pakistani Muslim immigrants that have come to New Jersey, and there's the first generation of Yusuf Khan, his wife Muneeba Khan, and the second generation, our children, Amir Khan, and our daughter, of course, Kamala Khan. And what they're going to really get to see is, it's not in your face trying to show you that, hey, this is about representation, it's about Muslims in America and how we're... It's so subtly just, segueing into the story, and the moments that we show you or show the audience is you would just get to see that, hey, these are normal people, and here are this ethnically diverse and culturally rich, community. I have acted with Iman Vellani, who's playing Miss Marvel. I had predicted on the day one of script reading that she was born to play Miss Marvel. Today the world is talking about her. June 8th, they're going to see it.
Just to see a Muslim superhero, and to see the diversity of the cast, and to see so much being spoken about, and so much, and so many people are going to see themselves on screen who haven't seen themselves on screen before. That's amazing. I'm really just excited that it's going to seem like the most natural thing in the world for these things to be seen on screen. The culture of a people who are very much part of this country and part of this universe. The life of Miss Marvel is the life of any Pakistani, Indian, American teenager who's growing up with a real mix of cultures, and people are going to see that and identify and also recognize it. I just want to know how this project is going to bring people together. I think that's what I'm really excited about. It's just already like there's so much excitement in this part of the world. There's excitement in other parts of the world where I've been traveling.
It's a big feeling and a big moment, and I think child me is probably crying inside right now, and I'm just trying to keep my cool and not ruin the makeup that my wonderful makeup artist has done. But no, it means the world to me to be here tonight. It really does. And regardless of whether I was going to be part of this or not, I would have killed to have watched this as a fan. Kamala is so obsessed with the Avengers and Carol Danvers, and I mean, so are all of us. And I feel like fans will feel that love and that connection. And she's one of the most relatable superheroes out there. She's dealing with normal problems, high school issues, and on top of that, she has these newfound powers. I get to talk about Bollywood and my favorite Shah Rukh Khan films, and that's all stuff that I grew up on, and my family here tonight, and we used to go and watch all of his films and everything Bollywood. So that itself is a really special thing for me, for that to be discussed and spoken about so freely on such an accessible and global platform like Disney+. Growing up, I had Krish and Rawan, which are two staple Bollywood superhero films to watch, but I think it's amazing that people will now have Miss Marvel to look at and hopefully see themselves in her.
My heart is so full. They trusted me, they trusted us, they believed in us to make this, and we put our heart and soul into it. Iman put everything she's got into it, and she shines so bright, as does everybody else. I'm really excited for the world to see it. I'm really excited for all the deep cuts, all the deep references that my people, will just get, because it's so natural to us. It's inherent. It's in our blood, and I'm excited just for people to learn about the culture without it being shoved down your throat.
This is so personal to me, but you've never really seen a family like this before, or friends like this before. This world, we're really on in live action, and I think that's what, just to see and experience the heart and the joy of the show and how special these characters are. That's what I'm really, really excited for people to see.
Kamala Khan is this vivacious, funny, quirky teenager growing up in New Jersey, and she is sharing all her hopes and fears with everyone. And it's so incredible to see people celebrating her birth on television here. It was really important for me to make young girls believe that anybody can be a superhero, that it doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter who you are, but if you just have to believe in yourself, and there is a superhero in every little girl growing up in this world.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and comment on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when new videos are released.